In today's video, I want to encourage people who are in the process of quitting smoking weed or quitting cigarettes or quitting any substance not to give up on sobriety and addiction recovery too soon. A mistake that I've personally made over and over time again. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, and I have the sole goal of making sobriety accessible to everyone. So a lot of times, I think when we're coming out of a substance use disorder to cannabis, we're really focused on the short-term outcomes of quitting that drug. And this makes sense because when I was under the state of active addiction or active substance use, I was really only focused on short-term outcomes. I'm stressed right now, so I'm gonna go get high. I need to cope right now, so I'm gonna go get high. I'm super excited right now, so I'm gonna enhance that by getting high. And smoking weed, smoking a cigarette, hitting a vape, having a drink of alcohol, it has very, very fast acting effects that you experience in a very short period of time, okay? Then I came to a point in my life where I decided I wanted to quit smoking weed, quit using these substances. And time again, I would go like a week, a month, a few months, and I wouldn't really experience any of the potential benefits that thought I was going to get from getting sober. Benefits to my financial health, benefits to my relationships, benefits to my physical health and my mental health, just my overall level of happiness. And what would happen is I would wind up relapsing or going back to using the substance. And what I would encourage anyone watching this video is that you don't want to give up on sobriety, something that has massive long-term potential for the benefits that you can receive from staying sober, because you're not experiencing those quick short-term outcomes that you might have been expecting getting sober initially. A lot of times when people are quitting smoking weed, it's a little bit of a process, one, because of the withdrawals and the detox that you go through. So that just takes time. For most people, I say about 90 days. But the reasons why you quit, you want to build your side hustle or your business, or you want to build your career. This doesn't happen overnight. You want better physical health, right? You want to get in better shape. You want to dial in on your nutrition so you can feel more confident in your body and feel more confident socially. That doesn't happen overnight. You want to mend or develop deeper relationships with your significant other, or you want to find that person that's your significant other. That's a skill, right? That level of socializing with someone is a skill set that you have to develop that takes time, even if you're already in a committed relationship. And what happens is people, I think, fail to recognize the long-term potential of these benefits of sobriety, but it's a long game play. It's not a short game play. They don't experience benefits in the short game when they first quit. In fact, oftentimes they're going through withdrawal and detox, and it feels like a negative experience for them. And then they say, screw it, I'm just gonna go back to using the drug. And this is a major problem, because if quitting weed really has the potential, and it did for me, my life changed completely after quitting weed. My business changed, my physical health changed, my relationships changed, my mental health changed. Every aspect of my life changed for the better. But it did not happen quickly. And people will call me and talk to me in the coaching sessions, and they'll say, I'm really thinking about moderation. I'm thinking about going back to using. It's been a month, it's been 3 months. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But what if you're giving up on this recovery process? What if you're giving up on sobriety a day too soon? What if tomorrow is that breakthrough? What if next week is that breakthrough? What if next year is that breakthrough moment for you, where life really starts to change? And what if you didn't succeed at that because you gave up on sobriety too soon? I made that mistake over and over and over again in my own quitting journey. And when you recognize the long-term potential when it comes to having better physical health, better financial health, stronger relationships, you build something. And that something that you build is resilience. And resilience is a key trait among individuals who are successful. And I'm not just talking financially successful. I'm talking successful in their marriage, successful in their faith practice, successful in their physical conditioning and their mental health conditioning. It requires a lot of resilience. And that's really what you're training in sobriety. You're training this muscle of resilience. I'm going to be resilient in my pursuit of better financial health. I'm going to be resilient in my pursuit of better relationships, of better physical health. And I'm going to build that muscle of resilience through the discipline and the practice of sobriety. And I understand that I'm not going to experience short-term benefits. And in fact, in the short term, things may be perceived as worse. They're not actually worse, but we might perceive things as worse. But this isn't a short-term play. Sobriety and addiction recovery isn't a short-term game. It's a long-term game. We're talking a year, 2 years, 3 years. For me, we're talking 7, 9, 10 years now that I've been at this thing. And look, I'm sober. I'm recovered. My life no longer revolves around addiction recovery. It revolves around building all of the things in my life that I felt cannabis addiction and smoking cigarettes and using vapes and binge drinking and watching porn every night was holding me back from attaining. But I understand that building this business, building this YouTube channel is a prime example. I'm living proof of this. It took me 5 years just to get off the ground with this stuff, okay? It took me years to get to a place where I was physically healthy enough to start working out again and be disciplined enough in my nutrition. It took me years and continues to take work to have a healthy marriage and a healthy family and a healthy relationship. These things are long-term plays, but if you have a healthy financial situation, a healthy faith background, a healthy relationship, a healthy body, a healthy mind, you're going to be happier. And happiness isn't this thing that's like, I'm not constantly happy. In fact, I'm probably someone who's a little more on the, I don't want to say depressed, but sad side than happy side. But the long-term potential that I've achieved on all the back-end benefits of better finances, better relationships, it's immeasurable, because I don't think people understand the flip side of it. If we continue down damaged relationships resulting from cannabis use or addiction, damaged physical health resulting from addiction, and damaged financial health from addiction, or maybe you're financially in a great spot. Many people we coach are in a great spot financially, but they know they could be doing better. The long-term negative outcomes of those things, damaged physical health, damaged mental health, damaged relationships, damaged finances, is substantial. Those negatives compound, right? I always say addiction is a failing investment. And an addiction is, it's an investment that compounds. The negatives just keep compounding over time. The same goes for sobriety and addiction recovery. The positives and the net potential that you could have on the plus side is there, and it's very real. I'm living proof of it. My channel is living proof of it. My life and the life of thousands of other people who quit, just like you're capable of doing, but who chose to stuck with it, are living proof, okay? And there's no reason you can't be the same as them, but it's all in the mindset. It's all how you view this thing. And if you're in this for the short-term play, which many people in sobriety are, because we're wired for that short-term play, because that's what addiction feeds on. It feeds on those short-term outcomes, those short-term hits. You're not going to have the right mindset to maintain this for the long haul, and that's what we want to correct. So if you need help with that, and you enjoyed today's content, we have our coaching program. You can check that out with the link in the pinned comment and the link in the video description. I'd be happy to work with you. I'd be happy to help you. And if you don't want to do that, simply follow me into the next video where I'll try and give you some more tips and tricks to help you throughout your addiction recovery and sobriety process. Until next time.